I was meant to record this yesterday, but problem was I had to attend in some way my grandma's birthday party, so I couldn't actually done this yesterday, but now I could, and it's the NXT takeover. Well, it's really not takeover, but NXT Stand Deliver review that happened last Saturday. Literally, like 5 hours before WrestleMania, which was kind of ridiculous. Like asking the fans in Dallas to like attend NXT at like in the noon, and they had to go back to like NTT Stadium for WrestleMania that very same day. It's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. So yeah, NXT Stand Deliver. After this, you will obviously get the 2 night WrestleMania, which will be separate in days. I don't know. I think it's. I'm hopeful I will get it done and upload it like tomorrow, and then do it the next day with WrestleMania Sunday. I'll hopefully get it done with first with WrestleMania Saturday. But now, here's to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver. Wasn't really on the level on those takeover shows. I mean, when you compare it, this NXT to like the black and yellow gold blend of NXT is not kind of good. But on its own merit, I will say this was decent to good NXT show, live special show. I thought the show was decent to good. I will say. Um, the Prado NXT has recently is really hit and miss with some decent to good matches, but the storyline is just kind of make you scratch your head. Like this, like they did a segment earlier that show where I don't know. I think it was two Nuke and Persia, her name is, with Dexter Loomis in the Harville. That story is so stupid. Like it's so silly. Like and oh my god, like there's no the one thing you can really describe this video is silly. It's silly, stupid. Like it might have been entertaining at first, but now it's just fucking lame and tame. Like it's so corny to this the best way to describe it. So yeah. So we're at that on the way. Let's get to the show, shall we? It starts with the ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. They actually did it was the first ever NXT North American title match was the ladder match. But before the ladder match, there was a pre-show between where Kevin Gonzalez and versus Toxic Attraction, sorry, for the NXT Women's Tag Team title. I didn't watch it actually. I heard they were Kevin Gonzalez, the Gargano, the new champions, and they just dropped the titles back to Toxic Attraction. Makes you think why they even won the titles in the first place. Well, we will later find out why, but as I heard as there are rumors now that she's getting called out to the main roster, so yeah, but they watched the match. I watched the match, so we start out with the last match for the NXT North American title, with the champion Carmelo Hayes again defending against Santo Escobar, Solo Sikoda, Grayson Waller, and Cameron Grimes. Um, this match was pretty brutal. It was pretty physical. I think this was personally my match of that day, which you ever want to call it, was the night of day, but it was the match of that event to me. It was a really good to even great match. It wasn't on the level of like the Lion match for like 2018 in New Orleans. That match was just insane with how the spots were. It wasn't that type of the thing, but it had its few craziness. But, oh my god, like I can't remember so much stuff because there was kind of many of them to be honest. Um, I think like Electro Lopez or the manager sentence about they like really cool spot where they are high go to the tower and then they died to one of the guys alive and that was great. Grayson Waller, that poor dude, he did a level drop supposedly a thing on either Carmelo Hayes or Kevin Grimes goes to the ladder and then drop a elbow drop and then one of the guys missed one of the guys fell and the dude fucking hit the ladder down elbow first to the freaking ladder. The first thing that came to mind was that thank God he had did an elbow pad on that side to his ring gear and not the other one, because if he had not done that, he would have been fucked real badly. Like maybe so many bruises that gets even blood or even worse, possibly got severely hurt from it. Thank God he had an able to like kind of say his point out that he hit real, but he hit really hard on that able and if he wasn't hurt, it's a miracle. He was gotta be hurt after that. The finish with Cameron Grimes, I don't know about you, but this is like the most let's get this shit done over with ending to the line match that I have ever seen. like Cameron Grimes hit his finisher, immediately scores on the line, like no drama, like no slowly. He just climbing, wrist the bell, and it was all over. The way that the finish was kind of weird to me, but it was the right outcome when Cameron Grimes winning the North American title. He's been pretty much one of the bright spots of this show, and he's been one of the most entertaining guys on that show for a very long while. Then also the Black and Gold brand of NXT. He's been there for quite a while and has been entertaining. So and the match was pretty much dedicated to him and his story of his father being deceased, never seeing him like winning a match sort of like this. So when you tell that story like that, you kind of knew he was gonna win. So it was the correct outcome. Cameron Grimes, your new NXT North American champion, to the moon. So next match is Tony D'Angelo against the Maso Ciampa. Tony D'Angelo had his special entrance in that match with AJ Galante, that's his name. The match was average. It was subpar. Not on the part of other Champa matches and things like that. It's alright. It was okay. It was nothing special to me. You I think in terms of match, this was probably Tony D'Angelo's best match. NXT, definitely not one of Champa, but this was probably one of Tony D'Angelo's best match. But it was decent at the very least. Was decent. It was fine for what it was. Let's just say. You kind of knew Tony D'Angelo would win. And Tommaso Ciampa cut that promo like weeks ago before this match out. And he basically said, I don't know if he said in interviews or on shows, but he said the NXT was like his dream come true. He's thankful for the memory, and I've been thinking about stepping away from NXT. So you kind of knew this match was established to pull over the newer guy in Tony D'Angelo. He did kind of pretty best spot. And Tony D'Angelo win the match against the Macho Man. But what came after that was holy crap! So Tommaso Ciampa was standing there doing his final salute to the NXT crowd. They gave him a standing ovation. Thank you, Ciampa. He was to the stage, almost about eighth of the stage, and then King of Kings play, and it's Triple H, who we have not seen on television for almost quite over a year, came out, and kind of remind me that, what really remind me was that end of the era match 10 years ago to that very same week, actually. Remember the WrestleMania 28 end of the era with Triple H, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels all embracing one another before his. That moment remind me. It was huge surprise to me. I didn't think Triple H would even come to that show. Let alone that version anything, but my God, that day, and it was a real surreal moment to pretty much see that end of the era from the previous version of NXT to the now, with Triple H embracing Tommaso Ciampa, lifting his arm, he crowd goes crazy. Was a pretty cool fucking moment, to say the least. As a fan who have been watching that previous version and see how great it was, seeing that moment in that Stand of the Era show was a real epic moment for me. The next match was the triple threat for the NXT Tag Team title. MSK, sorry, against Imperium, against the Creed Brothers. This was a fun match. There were some cool spots in it for MSK, and MSK always pretty much delivers on the match, on these big time matches like this. Imperium did fine as always, and the Creed Brothers, they did their stuff. So it was a fun little match, and kind of surprised MSK won, to be honest. And considering what happened to the allegations to one of the members of MSK, I kind of surprised and kind of believe that they even won the match. Couldn't they? I thought they were gonna give it to. I thought Imperial either will retain or they were gonna give it to the Creed brothers. But MSK won, which at the time they had fought, but now with those allegations of Nash Carter and Kimberly, those drama in there. I don't know if they were the right ones to team to win. I don't know, but MSK won the NXT tag title in a pretty good match. The fatal four way for the NXT Women's Championship. You have Mandy Rose defending against Cora J, Kaylee Ray, and Io Shirai. So the NXT Women's Championship belt is I got revamped slightly with the right strap because apparently now every woman in that fucking company must do when they hold a woman's title they have to have a white strap. Like you notice that trend? The Raw title, the SmackDown title, the Women's Tag Team title, the NXT Women's Tag Team title, and now this one, the NXT Women's title. Yeah, this like the belt itself is alright, I guess. It's cool. It is decent, I guess. But whatever. The match itself was okay. It was it was it was it was okay. It was alright. It was average. I will say like thank God they had Coda Kelly Ray and Io Shirai man to really help out the map out the match a little bit because if it was only Mandy Rose and Coda J for in the man that match would have been rough. That match probably would have been rough to sit through, to say the least. Because they kind of need it. Because Coda J in the ring, she isn't quite ready to be like this top woman star. She will probably most likely get it one day, but not now. They needed someone like Katie Ray and Io Shirai. They both are really great wrestlers to carry the match, and it was, you know what I would say was, uh, decent match, to say, and Mandy Rose run in NXT has been good. I must say she has a nice little run with the NXT Women's title. She won, which was probably the right call, since Io Ray and Katie Ray, she kind of doesn't interest for me as champion, and Coda J was not ready. So Mandy Rose was probably the right call. So yeah, Mandy Rose retained the NXT Women's title. Next match is Gunther versus LA Knight. The whole Gunther name. It's just like, really? Did they had to change his name from Walter to now Gunther? Charles Charlotte. Like the name itself is not bad, but to give it someone who was originally named Walter to Gunther? At first I didn't like the decision, but now it's just okay. If they will do what they were gonna do, like okay. And then they changed his music. It's like when I first heard it on that show, I was like, really, another steam change. it just goes to show, like, I just feel like they just did it to just for the fuck of it. They just for the fuck of it, they just did. This was a really good match. LA Knight versus Walter, or Gunther, I should say. Ugh. It was a really good match. They did their thing, and I kind of knew what. It was a little short for my take, but it was good for the time they had, and kind of knew Gunther would win since I think LA Knight should be on his way to the main roster. Like that guy is not getting any young. He's on that age of where AJ Styles debuts, so you better debut right now, WWE. You better debut. And main event time for the NXT Championship with Dolph Ziggler defending against Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, who had chainsaw testing entrance for his NXT title match. It was pretty much kind of what they did with Finn Balor 6 years ago. At that same city 6 years ago. Those two wore tights like it was when he was pretty much the last time he was pretty much relevant to be honest. When he was in tights and the I shouldn't say tight, it was trunks. The trunks that he wore. It was a really cool throwback. The match was okay. I don't think it was anything ordinary. Well, I think the match, like I don't know if what was paid because they did a rematch on Raw. I don't know. I think this match was like I think this match was slight. I think the match was good. It was slightly better than the Raw match, which was also decent. But this match was slightly better than that one. They did some really good spot and shot to my display. Really did not think Dolph Ziggler or but the exposing the mid turnbuckle pad, the middle turnbuckle pad on the middle row was kind of a giveaway that he was gonna find his way to cheat to win this match. So that was kind of a giveaway, but I was still kind of shocked that he even won at all. So yeah, and it's like since they put the belt back on Breaker on Raw, and it's like I get it why they did it because it was the Raw after Mania and more people were probably gonna watch it, but like that crowd on Raw didn't seem to care that much, so why not put the belt back on Breaker here where the crowd might again actually give some fucks instead of what which they pretty much that crowd reaction was pretty much which was the best word to say, like it was kind of heedless to say the least, like on Raw, like I pretty much kind like the moment they did a match on Raw, that's when I knew the title change was happening, but like couldn't they just done it instead of the lever on a big show like this? Just oh god. So those are retain. And the show was good. It was good to say the least. It was a really good show. I gave it my rating of this is 7 out of 10. Just to put it out there, so yeah. So that was your NXT Stand and Deliver show. So yeah, I will stay tuned for the rest of Mania reviews, which will come out undoubtedly this week. So yeah, so Soplo signs off. Like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about Stain of Deliver NXT in the comment section below. And as always, I'm Jason Marines, and I approve this message.